Michelle DeBurca is a young woman from County Mayo. She's part of a collaborative Dublin band called Chapel Band that shot to #1 in iTunes charts with their EP called Fire by Night.
Moved up to Dublin. The natural thing was to get involved with a church. Got involved with a church when we had a group together called Chapel, and out of that came Chapel Band. As we got together, we'd play music together, and that's how it formed.
And you got to #1?
Yeah, got to #1 on iTunes charts.
Wow.
Jumped over a few people like Justin Bieber, etc. It was so fun, yeah, it was really exciting at the time. I came up from Mayo to study in DCU, and I actually in first year had failed an exam, failed a year, so I had to repeat it. But thank God through it all, got to final year at long last. And through this, like, I had failed and like really struggled to get to final year. And I would be looking at different people who are doing great in their course and really doing well in their exams and being like, oh, they have it sorted, like, why didn't I do it that way? And I was having a conversation with someone, and I was the one that always needed like the help, and they were great. They were still struggling, even though they were doing so well in their exams and really were doing like the best in the class. They were just sharing with me that they found it really difficult and weren't doing well in the course at all. And I was saying that for me personally, my faith has been such a huge impact. And that like our lives can be built on the rock or on the sand. And it says that in the Bible in Matthew, it says that like you can build your life on a rock. And when the storms of life and the trials come, that we won't be shaken because we're built on Christ. But if I was to build my life on my past results, on family or friends or jobs or anything else, they can come and go, and I definitely would be failing and washed away. But thank God that we can stand on the rock and that our hope is secure in that.
Tell us about the youth weekend in Lahinch.
In Lahinch a number of years ago, had an incredible time. I was there with my youth group, and it was that time that I really decided to follow Christ. And had a wonderful weekend, and my auntie on the Sunday morning was just sharing a bit about her story, about her own life, and she just said this sentence when I was there. She said, God has no grandchildren. And it kind of struck me there, and because I'd grown up in a house where faith was super important, and grew up with parents who loved the Lord and were so normal about it, but I always felt that for me as a young person, I had to wait until I was older, wait until I was an adult, to like live a life like they were living, you know, trusting in God, praying to God. But when I heard these words that like we are all called to be children of God, it really shifted my focus, and I left that weekend being like, oh, God knows who I am. I've seen success and I've seen failure. And now I think that's why I went into final year with like a passion to like do well, and came out with skills that I can use, maybe down the line in the future in non-profit work. Today I'm working in finance, so learning loads, making connections with people that I can use in the future, hopefully. You never know, but it's a great opportunity.